Hi YouTube friends, I'm Heidi Villegas with Healing Harvest Homestead, and today we're going to talk about what is herbalism. So this whole topic came up because I have been working with herbs medicinally and essential oils aromatically for a very, very long time, and I forget that people don't necessarily know what herbalism is. And I know when I first started searching for herbalism way back in the day before the internet was really up and going, I was very frustrated because I couldn't find any information on it, and I was desperate to learn how to use the medicinal plants that God gave us for my health and wellness, because I was struggling with my health and wellness back then. So I turned to herbalism. I didn't even know it at the time. But the reason I'm doing this video is because I think a lot of people don't really understand what it is. And I think it's an important topic to just know about, even if you're not interested in it. I was down in town the other day and I was taking a class, and the ladies who were teaching the class, they asked what I did. And I was trying to explain to them I'm an herbalist, and I work with clients to help them with their health and wellness. And I teach herbalism online and some aromatherapy. And they were wondering, well, what is that? And so I started trying to explain it to them. And I was using words like tincture and oxymel, and they just had the blankest looks on their face. And I was like, they don't understand what I'm saying at all. And so I took it down a notch, and I really just started at the beginning with my own health journey and talking about some of the things I do. And I happened to have a tincture in my purse, so I pulled that out and showed them what it was and how to use it. I was talking with my husband about that incident, and he said, he goes, Heidi, people don't understand half of what you say. And so I thought, yeah, that's probably true. So he recommended that I just do a video on and explain what herbalism is, so that people have a concept of it. So basically, in a nutshell, if you are an herbalist, you are a person who works with herbs in some way or another. Now, most of us in the general population these days, because medical herbalism has been basically made illegal in our country by Big Pharma and the AMA and the FDA and all of the powers that be. But essentially, most people now think of herbs in terms of cooking or in terms of recreational, you know what, which, yes, that's a form of herbalism, but it's not the real herbalism, okay? So a lot of people will think of using rosemary for cooking, or they just love peppermint tea just to drink because it tastes so good, And many people know of home remedies like ginger for nausea or lavender to help people calm down. Like, that's all pretty mainstream knowledge. And that's what most people think of when they think of herbalism, if they think of it at all, or they just don't understand. But herbalism essentially is when you know how to work with multiple plants, and I would put that number into the hundreds, of medicinal herbs to help a person with their wellness and to support their health. And you do that skillfully by looking at a person's constitution, if they run wet or dry or cold or hot or tense, or if they're relaxed. You look at all these factors. You look at a holistic herbalist, which is what I am. I dive into their spiritual health, their mental health, their stress levels, their lifestyle. And then you can make determinations about what kinds of medicinal herbs are best to use for that specific person and that specific need that they might have. So that's what an herbalist is, you guys. An herbalist is simply a person who works with, a plant like this comfrey that came out of my garden, or this marshmallow leaf that came out of my garden, and they know how to use it to make infused oils and tinctures. They know how to use it to make salves and balms and glycerites. They know how to dose it properly. They can make sprays. You can make body care products. Let's see. Oh, well, I've got everything here. So, and if you happen to go into a store where these things are being sold, which they are more and more now, then you know which herbs you need. Because here's the thing. I'm going to show you this. in because of the way the government has made herbalism illegal, herbalists are not allowed to talk about the health benefits in terms of any kind of structure or function change in the body. So this Spilanthes tincture, for example, is one that herbalists know to use for oral care. And notice how I'm saying that. I'm not saying it's going to heal your cold sores, or it's going to heal your canker sores, or it's going to heal a tooth infection or make it feel better. I'm not saying that. It will support oral health or oral issues, or support gum health, things like that. So that's why it feels sometimes like you can't even get a straight answer, when you're talking to an herbalist, because we're not allowed to make any kind of medical claims at all, because we're not medical doctors. And the FDA's made that abundantly clear, and they actually have letters they send to people if they break the laws. So I wanted to show you this. This is a tincture made by a friend of mine. Her name's Karen, and she owns Reverie Farms in Troy, Idaho, which is near me. And I love buying her products if I don't make them myself. And I bought this Spilanthes tincture a couple of years ago. And by the way, tinctures have an indefinite shelf life if they're made correctly. Isn't that wonderful? So if you're into self-reliance and preparedness, make your own medicines. I can show you how to do that. It's really fun, and it's so amazingly powerful for your family. But anyway, if you look at her label, which she's done completely correctly and appropriately, there is no information on here about what on earth you would use Spilanthes for, okay? And that is because she's following the FDA's laws and guidelines. So more and more, it's becoming very hard for people to sleuth out information on herbs. Dr. Google is not showing herbalists articles on the front page anymore, or even the second page or the third page. Some people have been shut down completely, like Dr. Mercola and Green Med Info, that's Sayer G. So what's happening right now, more and more, is herbalists are being shut down in terms of our information being out there for the general public to find, because frankly, I don't know if I'm going to get in trouble for saying this or not, but Big Pharma and the FDA and the big everything, health insurance industry, they kind of just want us sick. They don't want us dead, and they don't want us like living a vibrant life. They want us kind of sick so that we're taking all these medications. And the fact is that many lifestyle changes and things you can do in your own life, and medicinal herbs you can add to your daily routine, can really help you take care of certain things. Like I take care of my high blood pressure naturally. And that's because I know what to do and I monitor it very carefully. But I haven't been on any kind of medicines for over 10 years. So anyway, I'm getting off track here. We are talking about what is herbalism. That's basically what herbalism is. It's taking control of your health and your wellness needs using medicinal plants. And I just want to talk about essential oils really quickly, that essential oils are also a plant extract. So when we think about like an herb-infused oil, or when we think about an herbal tincture or an oxymel, or like this is a glycerite, we're extracting these herbs in these different solvents like alcohol, oil, glycerin, and water, many other different kinds of solvents you can use. And those are herbal extracts, okay? Essential oils are also an herbal extract. Generally speaking, they're steam distilled. There's other ways to extract the oils too. But as an aromatherapist and an herbalist, I like to use both in conjunction with each other because they just power each other up. And that's all I'm going to say about that. I could go on and on and on about what is herbalism, the benefits of herbalism, and why everybody should have some kind of herbal knowledge. I'm getting ready to open my Ditch the Drugstore course in about a month, and I would love to have you join me in that course if you want to. It's super valuable. I hold your hand and I help people build a home apothecary. And I'm also creating a family herbalist certification portion with that too if you're interested in taking your studies even further and diving into some plant phytochemistry and information. So I'm Heidi Villegas with Healing Harvest Homestead. You can look up my website. There are hundreds of articles over there. I reopened my Facebook group, Practical Herbs and Oils with Heidi. So you can look up that on Facebook and join me over there. I look forward to seeing you in the community, and I hope that you become an herbalist.